Okay, Seth, shut up. We started the podcast. For goodness sake, can you sit down and stop looking at yourself in the mirror, please?
I'm a man now.
I
got the beard, dude.
This guy comes in my room looking at himself in the mirror.
Just because you draw it on with chalk doesn't mean you have it.
It's Sharpie. Okay. Anyway, we're a little late doing the podcast. We're supposed to do it last night, but we had a chemistry test this morning, so we had to grind.
And we're in South Carolina.
We were in South Carolina.
The new Call of Duty came out, so I spend a lot of my time on that now.
See, I don't have the money to spend on that.
Dude, I'm about to get it. It looks so cool.
I'm going to have to find the money for it.
Yeah.
Or I'll just play it on y'all's when I have free time, which is probably never, so shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up. What time to my life right now? Anyway, y'all haven't been on here in like 2 weeks. So, welcome back.
We've been busy, man.
It's
college life.
College life.
No free time.
So, we're going to talk about, this week, we want to dive into Odel Beckham Junior versus Tom Brady. And passion or childishness, and we'll get into our best performance, worst performance, and our hot takes.
There's the mic.
The mic didn't just drop. Technical.
I like that moan.
Okay. Alright. We're back. Alright, so, what'd y'all think of this week for football?
I thought it was I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
College or
one at a
NFL?
time. Just.
Well, I beat Nico in fantasy.
Oh, I didn't. I got my butt whooped in fantasy.
Yeah, you know who I can thank for my loss? Mr. Odel Beckham Jr. Shout out to you, dude.
Shout out to you.
I don't know why you would get him. I've never thought he's a. I think he makes like 3 plays a year. Other than that, he's trash.
His last really good play, like he made that one good catch against Dallas, and he the rest of his career has been catching slants and running 6-70 yards.
Yeah,
that's it.
He'll just run. Yeah,
he'll just run slants because Eli Manning his cheeks.
No, really, their O-line.
Yeah, but I mean. Yeah, I think
Eli Manning's better than
what he's playing right now.
Eli, they have a better quarterback than the Texans have had. Obviously not Deshaun Watson.
Not Deshaun Watson, sir.
Yeah. I said before Deshaun Watson.
I can argue Matt Schaub was not horrible.
Yes, he was.
The Schaubster dude?
Yes, he
was. Schaubster was no.
Tom Savage was the best y'all had in a long time.
Other than the last 2 years, Matt Schaub was a good quarterback.
Tom Savage is better.
A good quarterback.
Tom Savage is better.
Look at the statistics right now.
We're not gonna look at the statistics.
Look up and
we're getting off topic. We can get to it later. We'll come back. All right. But
don't hate on Matt Schaub. I mean, I hated him
Tom
the last
Savage
2 seasons,
is a baller. That's all I gotta say.
He didn't play like it.
Bro, he's like 80 years old.
Nah,
Tom Savage is like 80 years old.
No, he's been in the league for like 4 or 5 years.
No, but he's like 30 something years old, dude. He's an old dude. Yeah.
Savage was a playmaker,
but not for the Texans.
Who was the dude that moved to the Broncos?
Osweiler?
No, Chase Keenum.
Osweiler. No, Osweiler.
Oh. And he played on the Dolphins. He played this week. He won. He beat the Bears. He threw for like 3 touchdowns, 300 yards.
He just himself.
Dude.
No,
Osweiler.
Like everybody, whether you're a coach,
Dolphins.
you're a player, you're a fan, anybody that leaves the Texans gets better.
Yeah, I think so. I think because they got
trainers,
something.
They leave, dude.
Like, as much as you're going to disagree with this, Nico, they got something going on in that locker room that's toxic. Either that or it's the coaching.
I'm at the point where I think it's
the
coaching.
I don't know
what
it is.
For the Texans right now,
because they got the weapons.
They have?
Okay, we see Kubiak who leaves and goes and wins a freaking
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
or goes to the Super Bowl.
What?
He's on the team.
Huh?
He's on the team. Kubiak.
He's not the head coach.
What?
He was the head coach for the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, that's right.
And they didn't win the Super Bowl. They went to it.
Yeah, well, the Texans. I don't even think they've never been. To the Super Bowl.
But they didn't have the weapons.
No, they have never been.
Yeah, but like, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so there's a video going around on Twitter, and basically it is here. You can try to find the game if you want. Basically, it's in reference to the quote double standard of passion versus being childish. And as we all know, OBJ is out here headbutting fans and hitting his helmet on the bench and screaming and going into the locker room early is like, if I ever did that in high school,
If you did it anywhere, dude, that's unacceptable.
Coach would literally that's your last game.
It's unacceptable. It's selfish.
Like there was 45 seconds left in the game, and he walks in the locker room early. He just leaves his team. I think it was a game that they won too.
Did you ever hear about it? Happened a while ago? Corner for I want to say the Rams. No.
Marcus Peters or
no, not Rams. Not Rams.
Okay.
Maybe Lions. No.
Oh, the Bills, the safety that retired in the middle at halftime.
Oh yeah.
Monte Davis.
In the middle of
that's different though because
that's not different. That's selfish. He should not have done that.
No, but it's different because you're still gonna be on that team if you're Odel Beckham Junior. You're still gonna have to come to practice next day and explain yourself to your teammates why you didn't stand out there with them at the end of the game.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, that's correct. That is correct, sir.
Like, you're a professional, so act like it. Don't just have a pity party because you didn't see your targets that you wanted.
Yep.
And then leave early and then go and sit down with Lil Wayne and talk about why you're not getting good targets.
I'm not a huge fan of Odell.
No,
I've never been a big fan of Odell.
Yeah.
And then right, we know that information.
Trying to give him benefit of the doubt because he was on my fantasy team. But
no, you can't, dude. I would never draft him. That's a stupid decision.
Speaking of fantasy,
I will save it for later.
We'll talk fantasy later, Seth.
Don't bring it up.
Save it. Goodness. Anyway, so we know that information, and then.
What did I tell you?
He's mad at us right now. Dad's mad.
These children right now. So we know that information. And then I see this video on Twitter explaining why, OBJ and Tom Brady are basically, the same. Because there's video of Tom Brady freaking out on the sidelines when he doesn't make a play. He's yelling at the coach. He's, he's acting out just as you would imagine OBJ to. And people are saying that there's a double standard in the NFL because Tom Brady can do it and get away with it, and everyone says it's passion, but then when OBJ does it, he's childish and he's unprofessional.
Yeah, you can see it in the videos. Just whenever you compare both of them, OBJ's it's violent, and he's you can say he's being childish. He's a pouty face.
Well, and you see how often it happens.
Yeah.
OBJ, you see it more often than
over the course of 4 or 5 years. Over the course of 4 or 5 years, OBJ's freaked out, and over the course of 12 or 13 years, Tom Brady's had these little outbursts.
Yes, but I feel like Seth said this earlier. Tom Brady it's passion, and Odell Beckham. Some of it, yes, it is passion, but once you do it over so many times, it just gets childish. And then that spreads in the locker room. Sterling Shepard, he's a young wide receiver.
He's good, too.
He's a really good wide receiver. And after being with Odell for, 2+ years, you start to see those Odell tendencies go to him. Yeah. He's on the sideline throwing helmets, flipping over benches, unacceptable stuff. That's childish.
And you gotta feel bad for Saquon, too, because he's in that.
And let's hope he doesn't fall into that as well.
No, I can't. Yeah, he's one of my favorite players. I think it's my all-time favorite, NFL players are Drew Brees and then Saquon.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Because when I saw Drew Brees win that record, I was so happy for him. And I don't even like the Saints, but I was just so happy for that guy. Anyway, I think to answer this question of double standard. Oh, welcome back. Hello. You got to look at where it's coming from, because aesthetically they're doing the same things, right? They're yelling, screaming at people they probably shouldn't. They're hitting helmets on benches, all this stuff, blah blah blah. But where is it coming from? Because Tom Brady isn't making an excuse and going with some. Name the rapper and going in the media saying that he's not getting the targets he needs because his quarterback's bad or his offensive line is bad. He's not dishing the players. So that tells me that Odell Beckham is more or the coaches. So that tells me that Odell is more of a selfish player because he wants to see his targets be fulfilled. There's a quota in his head of targets, catches, and receptions. Targets catches and touchdowns in his head that he doesn't feel is being met. And he's right, they're not being met. But he's being a child about it.
But the thing is,
because it's selfish.
You shouldn't just worry about yourself. You should do whatever it takes to help your team win.
And that's what Tom Brady's doing.
If that means you block every single play and that helps you win the game, your team win the game, then you'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, and it's easy for Tom Brady to sit back behind that O-line and just throw to anyone he wants to, no matter who the receiver is. But it hasn't always been like that for him. His first couple years, he didn't have the solid O-line that he does now. So he didn't make excuses. He didn't say that. Oh, he didn't start to blame any other aspect of the game because he wasn't doing his part. He trusted what he had, and Odel Beckham's not doing that. So that's the difference. There's no double standard.
Yes, I agree.
In like those players. One player is selfish, one player is not. And it's very obvious because of what we see off the field of who is who.
Yeah, you could how often he does it, just his mannerism whenever he does it. Tom Brady's is he's trying to be a leader and he's trying to get a point across to his teammates, while Odell is just trying to get a point across to the fans and
to the media,
coaches and media. Yeah,
that's such a stupid move. Like, oh, I didn't get my quota of catches and touchdowns this week, so I'm gonna go. Hey, text my boy Lil Wayne. Hey, yo, let's go to the media and trash talk the team I'm play for.
Yeah,
it's like you're the highest paid receiver in the league,
especially after he just got that huge.
Yeah.
How much is it?
I don't know. He's like the highest paid.
It's a lot.
Highest paid receiver? Or
I think it's like $65 million guaranteed.
Who's the highest paid in general?
It was Derek Carr for a while. Then it was Sam Bradford for a while.
Carr?
Yeah, it was like 100. It was like 104 for a while, or 94.
But they gave some like big quarterback. Yeah,
see,
like
I think
Rodgers
that's crazy.
Maybe,
how is Tom Brady not the highest paid, dude?
Because he doesn't need it. His wife makes more money than he does.
Yeah, he's not even the breadwinner in his family.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, you get what you deserve.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably getting a lot. I feel like Tom Brady's probably doesn't want to be selfish and stuff. I don't know.
I won't say
Tom Brady's a weird dude. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
he's
making out with his kids. Yeah, his 10-year-old kids. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
making out.
He
was a little peck.
No, was not a little peck.
There's not tongue.
I didn't say there was tongue. He made out with his 10-year-old kid, though.
Okay, so there's no tongue. It's okay to just make out with your kid. Just no tongue.
It was just a little smoochy.
No, smoochy, my butt crack. No,
like 30 seconds.
No, he like.
It was just a little.
No, he's laying down, getting his like massage or whatever. I don't know what he's doing, but he's laying on his back and he's like, "Hey, yo, Junior, come here." So his kid comes in the room and like kisses him on the mouth for 10 seconds.
He's
not
showing
a peck.
How much he loves his family.
Well, I want you to articulate this point.
I get kissing, but like not
on the mouth.
Not that long.
Not on the mouth.
I mean,
no.
It depends. No.
Yes.
When they're younger,
yes.
It's
10?
Some people do that.
10? 10?
You gotta see the kid. Maybe he looks really young. You know.
So if you got a 13-year-old kid, but he looks like
if your son has
do that.
If your son has a beard, that's not okay.
All right,
that's not okay.
So let me ask you this, because remember in the video that he kisses him for like 10 seconds, right?
It was not
10 about
seconds.
to leave the bro.
Do you realize
about to
leave?
Leave the room, and Tom Brady's like, "Nah, I'm not done. Get back in here." Makes him walk back in here and give him another like 3, 4, 5 second kiss.
Showing he loves him, dude.
You can show love a lot other ways than kissing your dad on the mouth for like.
Well, that's what they did. That's part of their family.
Okay, well, that's kind of psychotic if you ask me. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so y'all want to talk fantasy now? I think Seth.
Fantasy or college football? Or
you want to
go fantasy football? I got destroyed.
Yeah, so
I got destroyed too.
Yeah, I played Nico.
I go from having the highest scored points in the whole league ever.
Okay, congratulations.
To like the lowest scored, really.
Okay, well, I mean, that's not
scored
huge.
90 points, man.
That's not a huge. That's not a huge point.
So
I mean, I don't think anybody cares.
Yeah,
if you scored the most points.
No one really cares.
Unless you scored like the most average points every week, then obviously. But what do you want, a trophy? You want a cookie?
I would like.
Would you like a hug? What do you want? Back scratch for getting the most points?
You know, back scratch does sound pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe
all
a kiss
right.
on the mouth for
Let's
30
do it.
seconds?
No, I'm not done with you.